Okay. Everyone is ready? Okay, very good. Now first, please take a deep breath. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. Exhale. Breathe in fully and relax. Okay. So it's always be mindful to relax yourself. And then when I give talk, just contemplate the meaning. And first use just if it makes sense or not, you understood or not. Just reflect on these. And then you, as you mentioned, you appreciate. And those who knows about these things, it's just reminding. So you don't feel, oh, I know this or no. Why I know this before, why I no need these things. So don't feel that. Just refresh, remind yourself, and appreciate. So this makes sense. Okay. So what I was reading this morning, is this you see. I just read this one. I just read this one. Samsara and Nirvana are actually of the same mode of abiding, and as such, there's not the smallest distinction between them in the Samsara Nirvana sameness. And then next is what is samsara? If they are same, then what is samsara? What is nirvana? So the samsara is mind with its conception. Top.
Page are you on?
I'm page 7. Nirvana, no conceptual freedom from action and actor. So samsara and nirvana are sides, two sides of the same hand. Mind as it is self a reason, unchanging and spontaneous. So then what is samsara? What is nirvana? Samsara is the mind with the conception, the conceptual thoughts. Namdo, Koro Namdo means duality, dualistic mind. Even though mind itself has no difference, but within that, when mind is occupied by the ignorance and attachment and aversion, then there's a conceptual thoughts, duality. I like, I don't like, no, I attach to, I'm not attached to, oh, this was the car. Then we're going forward, creating karmas with this is called the mind of samsara. See? that, you see, called confusion. We are confused, knowing as it is. And then also, even we know intellectually, but still we are not there, it's due to lack of the practice. Without the practice, then the mind is become, it's in duality, the dualistic thought. And that sometimes we feel good, like a guardian. Sometimes we don't feel good, like a hellram, hungry ghost, So the mind is jumping around here, there. It's our own mind. So look at this, and we meditate on this, So I said, the nirvana, non-conceptual. Non-conceptual doesn't mean nothing to think about it. Non-conceptual means realizing everything as emptiness. And within the emptiness, everything just a manifestation. Come out from phenomena, dissolve into phenomena. It's just a reflection. It's just play of the mind. And any thoughts comes, and you don't run after the thought. You don't chase the thought. They come and go like a bubble in the water. The bubble comes from the water, it dissolves into the water. So there's nothing to hold on. So that's called non-conceptual. That makes the mind freedom. That mind is free. Freedom from actions and actors, non-duality. Of course, there's action, there's actors, but not hold on, not grasping, or just play of the emptiness. So, because of this, so Samsara and Nirvana are two sides of the same hand. You see, the front hand palm and the back of the hand. It's one hand, but it's two sides. So same mind, two sides. So this is called analogy of the one same hand, two sides. The same mind, but depending to your realization or not realize. There's no difference. So understand that. So to free from all the sufferings, we have to understand about this nature. And then we purify this dualistic thought. To see the mind as it is, unfabricated nature of the mind. Yeah. Same hand. Mind as it is, self-present is all manifest from the mind, dissolved into the mind. And that which is manifest mind itself is the nature of emptiness. It's called co-emergent. It's that teacher called that like a project similar you mentioned YouTube, so that similar the mind is just established by itself, so unchanging and spontaneous. The nature mind itself, the nature of that itself is unchanging. Always, it's not becoming worse when you have this dualistic thought. It's not a better when you realize, but it is the how it's play when you are confused about that mind is called samsara. So who is suffering? The dualistic mind is a suffering. And then you say, I suffer, I don't like. I like this. Oh, this is the play of the duality. When we realize that as it is, then the suffering is not exist because there's no cause for the suffering. And is everything manifest is spontaneous without effort. Okay. Then the next one, all sentient beings who wander the three planes of samsara, wrapped tightly in the myriad and adventitious afflictive emotions, possesses the luminous and unfabricated Buddha nature like a seed in the husk, like gold in the mouth. This is talking about the Buddha nature. The every sentient being has the Buddha nature. The it's all sentient beings who wanders in the three worlds. It's a three planes, three worlds. The desire world, the form world, the formless world. We're wandering in these three worlds in the samsara. All these different thoughts, all the adventitious of creations. So here, myriad means various thoughts, sometimes good, sometimes not good, sometimes estimation like, sometimes dislike, all just countless thoughts manifest. It's all are just, they come and go. As I mentioned, it's like the bubbles in the river. The bubbles just constantly manifest, all the bubbles. Where they are manifesting, they dissolve into the water. Like that, all the thoughts keep rising, dissolving, keep rising, onto dissolving, one after another, unending. Oh, this is, the nature itself is like the bubble is nothing, it's just empty. Within that, then the Buddha nature, the mind of itself, the pure nature is just there. As soon as when you realize it's just there. So it's called Rula Nyingbo, the like a seed in the husk. The husk is the adventitious of creation, husk. Inside there, the seed, the pure seed, like the corn. The corn, inside the corn, the outside is the cover, skin, husk, all this there. When that purifies the corn, the pure corn is there. So when the thoughts all just wrapped up our pure mind, so when you see the mind itself, all the other thoughts just dissolve into emptiness. So like the gold, in the muck, the gold in the unclean place, the gold is pure, fresh. But when it's under the mud, then the gold, you think the gold is unclean, but the gold is always clean, pure, fresh. But this mud, now covered with the gold, you will see the gold is like unclean. So in reality, our mind itself is pure. So we should understand that, meditate on this. As soon as when you relax your mind, This all the different thoughts are cease to exist. It's nowhere. So it is now. It's not somewhere out there or somewhere in the future. It's right now. When you know how to relax your mind, meditate, all the thoughts disappear. And that mind is nowhere, but it's everywhere. You just relax. Need to lose all this dualistic thought. You just need to meditate on this way. So that's called Buddha nature. Every potential is there. All the qualities is there. More we peel these adventitious obscurations, and mind becomes, you see, more clear, more peaceful, more clear. So that seeing that nature itself is called seeing the direct your nature of the mind. It is just there. It's not beyond that. So it is within in your reach. We can reach that. Just we need patience, wisdom, perseverance, and courage. We need this. See? So this, look at this, all the samsaric sentient beings are suffering so much within this duality. And those practitioners, Dhamma practitioners who understand this and practicing this have such great joy. There's nothing to fear. All this in the world, all this chaos, problems are manifest from this, our ego, our attachment to the ego manifest. So it's very clear. So always look inside. The real gold is within. The jewel is within. We cannot get somewhere outside. Next, that confusion is samsara's aspect. Its characteristics is unceasing suffering. Nirvana is confusion purified. Nirvana is confusion purified and awakened. Our suffering has no established basis. See, that is his car here. Tuba kurve nabatis. The confusion is the formation of mental formation of samsara. And then that characterizes the unceasing suffering, means as long as that confusion exists, suffering is unceasing, one after another. No matter what we do, wherever you go. And the nirvana is confusion purified and awakened. So that's what's called confusion, when it's purified. That you see, the tuba the nirvana is sung, awakened from the confusion and fully purify and establish all the excellent qualities. And then suffering is suffering. Our suffering has no the established basis. Good. So the suffering has no basis. When you consider all these confusions purify and dissipated, then there's no basis for the sufferings to exist. So these are all just general about the Samsara, Nirvana. We just have to get understanding about this, both Samsara and Nirvana, how it plays. So that's what I mentioned this morning. The Buddha's wisdom is so precise, so clear. Buddha totally revealed the nature of this samsara. This non-existent nature of the samsara. Samsara is not exist anywhere when you see your mind as it is. When we fail to see the mind as it is, then we wander in the jungle of the confusion. And then all the forest, the suffering of the forest just manifests. Then we bewildered in the samsaric jungle, and suffering comes one after another. We just relax. So this is called, that sometimes people ask me, can you tell me what is the nature of the mind? So these all are the nature of the mind. Okay. Very important. Okay. Some people came to me, there is such call pointing out instruction. Can you do that? So this is pointing out instruction directly. Yeah. So we just need to meditate, practice this. Now there's no other alternative. Because the mind is within us. That's why Buddha said, I show you the path for the liberation, and you are responsible for the liberation yourself. This, they put together the essence of the teachings of all the great masters. Okay. Here and others in the Zoom have any questions?
Khenchen, I'm going to go back to maybe the first time you gave this teaching, maybe the second time, right after the book was published. When you were teaching this paragraph, and I have left it in there, ask Khenchen. The second paragraph, the first paragraph after the...
Yeah, Pete has a question. Yes, go ahead.
The first paragraph after the Hamid. It says, even though all phenomena dharmas are naturally pure, free of arising, you at that time said this is referring.
Yes, go ahead, whoever.
Can you unmute yourself, Connie?
Okay.
There she goes.
Linda Billman.
So should I ask or stop?
Ask.
Okay, so you the first on this verse, even though all these phenomenons, dharmas, are naturally pure, free from arising, free from abiding, free from ceasing, you refer to this as ground Mahamudra, and that this particular paragraph was ground Mahamudra, and then the subsequent paragraphs where it defines the nature of the mind itself as path Mahamudra. Did I misunderstand this? And if not, could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, you know. It's ground Mahamudra. That's the one that you have to make effort to realize. Until we realize, it is called ground Mahamudra. When you realize, it is called diffusion Mahamudra.
Are you still talking?
Rinpoche,
Yes. Go ahead.
you alluded to this in your teaching, but I wanted to get clarification. And I tend to think of phenomena as being illusory, but as awareness being real. But awareness of things arises independence upon its objects. And I'm wondering if awareness itself is an illusion.
If you don't realize, then everything is illusion. Okay? You realize? Are you realized?
No, sir, no.
Now. You understood what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, that from the realized state, even more ordinary awareness would seem to be an illusion.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything functions in the illusory nature,
Mm.
whether you realize or not realize. But if you are not realized, then it is called samsara. Okay?
Yes, Rinpoche.
That's called you are confused.
Yes.
The illusory nature is you are perceiving something real. So all the samsaric beings, we are all confused,
Mm.
have not realized. And then we are going through a lot.
And Khenchen, that's because we're seeing things incorrectly. Is that right?
That's right. That's called incorrectly seeing means we are
Right.
seeing illusory natures as if it is something real.
So, Pete, it's like, we look at stuff and instead of seeing it as impermanent, we look at it as if it's permanent.
Something real, permanent.
Yeah.
That's what we're perceiving because we are so habituated in the nature of the seeing always as real.
And, autonomous. That's also,
Yeah,
we see it as
autonomous, yes.
autonomous, which it's
Everything we
not.
see,
It's dependent on other stuff.
Yeah, we are seeing everything is autonomous.
Khenchen, may I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, a number of years ago, I attended a teaching in New York with His Holiness Dalai Lama.
Okay.
He was talking about tongpanyi, emptiness.
Yes.
And he said, there seems to be some kind of inherence in emptiness. And I just want to check with you my understanding. My understanding is that he's saying emptiness appears to us to be empty, but actually it's like all potential. Does the potential for everything exists within emptiness?
Mhm.
And that is the now, and is that the ultimate nature of our mind? Because that's what I assume it is, but I don't know if I'm right.
Just general. This I'm just talking general.
Uh-huh.
We have heard of a lot of emptiness,
Right.
emptiness. But we have not really close to understanding of the emptiness. Then
Even
what? Yes,
even
yes.
His Holiness says he doesn't understand it, which I don't believe, but anyway.
Then you see, then we analyze. So this is what's called emptiness. Then in our mind, with the intellectual mind, we're creating the emptiness. And
But it's beyond that.
then you see, then that emptiness is very artificial emptiness. It is a dualistic emptiness.
Uh-huh.
And then we are just try to destroy the samsara, and we're creating the nirvana as something artificial as well. And then we are more confused.
So how do we get beyond that? That's what I'm not able to do.
That I mentioned before, the three trainings. The three trainings are indispensable.
Uh-huh.
The training of the morality,
Uh-huh.
and the training of the samadhi, and the praja.
Wisdom.
They have to synchronize, work together to really see what really means samsara, what really means nirvana.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now you can see it directly.
Uh-huh.
Yes, without artificial.
Right.
It's called fresh.
Yeah, it's no longer a construct.
It's no longer a concept.
Uh-huh.
Right now, for us, emptiness is a concept.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. It's now, somehow it's clear, isn't it now, so far?
Yes.
Okay, this is the Anasutra mentioned, is like ground Mahamudra. So I was talking about the ground Mahamudra, basic foundation, what to realize, what to purify, what means Mahamudra, what means the nature of the mind, what means the emptiness, what means Mahamudra, all this, what you call this, all are what you call synonym, Now from here is the how we are confused in the samsara. There are 7 different topics. What samsaric confusion, And the first one is that innate dhammadhatu, the basis of confusion. See, the basis of confusion is the dhammadhatu, the wisdom as it is. So the general, our what you call our totalness of the mind, unfabricated as it is, whether we realize or whether we not realize, or see the mind That's the basis of the confusion. So now that here said, all dhammas have the characteristics of space. What's the characteristics of space? The space has no any characteristics. By pervasive emptiness, no center, no surrounding, no fringes. It's there's a Buddha said in one of the in the Panchaparamita Sutra. People say, I saw the space. But then you ask, what kind of space you have seen? If you look at the space, what is the color of the space? How big the space is? How small the space is? There's nothing to explain because there's no color to space. Blue is not the space, and there's no end of the space. There's no bottom of the space. So it's beyond expression. It's called inconceivable. There's a space. Same thing. Now our mind is inner space, called outer space and inner space. See? So all dhammas have these characteristics of space. All the dhammas are the same as the space. So beyond any limiting existence. See, there's no limitation. There's no limit. See? Non-existence and liberations. There's no space, because exists space. And free from liberation. Because there's nothing to liberate. When there's nothing to liberate, then what you can say, a liberation. Liberated. Sometimes we say there's a very banquet. So we say very elaborated banquet. Lot of things put together. In Samsara, there's nothing to elaborate as it is. So that's what we say, all dhammas have the characteristic of space beyond any limiting existence. Non-existence and liberations. There's no existence, non-existence. There's nothing to liberate. At the same time, as various dharma instances, at the same time, all those phenomena manifest from this space. Inconceivable, See, cloud, upholder, and held, obscured, confusion, the expense. And all the manifestation comes from this space. And then you see, it's like the cloud in the, just example, I would say, in the Uttara Tantra, Maitreya mentioned in the Uttara Tantra. So, example is how this planet is functioned in the space. First, the planet is empty, nothing, Then there just form wind, very strong wind. Then on the above the wind, cloud appeared. From the cloud, rainfall. The rain is held by that strong wind. Then from that water, ocean, then all these mountains, the ground, the earth manifests from that water. Then from that water, the earth is formed and then mountains are formed. All this. It's all just manifest from the empty space. Like this, from our mind, as this pure mind nature, without understanding about nature mind, then the cloud of the mental affliction manifests. When the cloud of mental affliction manifests, then from that karma is caused. From the karma cause, then all the five skandhas. See, the five skandhas is manifest. The five skandha, and then 18 dhadus, 12 ayatanas, all this function. Then they're just going round, back and forth, going down, back and forth. Oh, see. So this, when you die, you have heard of the part of teachings. When you are dying, ordinary people, what they do, now hospitalized and stay in the bed, and this four elements is sinking. When the earth elements sink into the water element, and then the dying people feel heavy, and then just sinking. When the water element dissolves into fire elements, and feeling this something, going wrong, and feeling of cold, water's coming. When the fire element dissolves into air element, burning fire, and then the fire element dissolves into emptiness, and the dying person, then this cannot see, cannot hear, has no energy to see, to hear, to smell anything. Then there are three inner experience: white light, red light, darkness. Then that dying person feels bright white color, like moon rise from the east in a clear sky. And then when that dissolves, they experience red color manifests. It's called increasing red color. Then when that dissolves, then there's a darkness. From that darkness, it's called near attainment. Means now direct touching the basic nature of the mind. And when the darkness, or sometimes called black, dissolve into the mind as it is, and dissolves into that all pervading emptiness. That's you're touching your total nature of the mind. Now, if Dharma practitioners, especially Mahamudra practitioners, who have been practicing for many years, meditating, as I mentioned, these three trainings, see, the three trainings are so important. Okay. Because of they have this such a stability, stable, very stable stability is their mind. Is no other thoughts can disrupt that mind. Then can go through this because that practitioner has received the instruction from his root teacher. And he or she has been practicing for many years and got the experience of the peace. Then after darkness, we ordinary people become blank, like going to sleep. When you go to sleep, first you go to sleep, then unconscious. You don't aware anything. Ordinary people without practice, without Dhamma practice, go sleep like that. Now those I mentioned who has the 3 trainings, who have such a powerful meditative state, then at that time, the third prajna, the wisdom, can see this. Then recognize clearly what his or her teacher taught and that you have been practicing. And that's called you attain enlightenment at the Pato. But ordinary people becomes, as mentioned, become dark, and then can experience that, have no idea what that is. And then just after that, just in a short period, go through to the next darkness, and then increasing experience and a white appearance, and back to our normal samsara. So this is what I'm talking about, the planet, how this manifests from the space, cloud, rain, wind, first wind, the cloud, rain, and then earth, all this manifests. And after some time, it's called the dissolution of this planet. The planet consumed by the fire, wind, water, and then dissolved into the ocean. Then ocean dissolved into wind, and wind dissolved into emptiness, space. So this is what this is talking about. Okay, so this is a very important point. It's not a Buddhism. It's Buddha has that kind of great wisdom, you see. That gives us so much amazing. That's why practice is so, the practice is appreciated. Once you understood Dhamma teachings, then put into practice. See, that's why you okay, so I'm going maybe too much. Clouds of the holder and helped, obscured, confused the expense. The Chonam Namgwe Sinyete, Yumetrebe Talen De, Yenjan Cheche Nazosu, Sungzin, Tizo Longtu, Chu, Yenjan Cheche Nazosus. The Dharma instances, so many phenomena manifest, And we are confused within that, in this, the holder and health obscurations space. And so that's the first how foundations mentioned the basis of the confusion is the Dharma Dhatu. Manifest from the Dharma Dhatu, dissolved into Dharma Dhatu without realizing. When you realize, then that's it. So that's the first one. Then what are the cause of this confusion? Then he has said, the wavering of the fundamental is the fundamental non-knowing, marikpa, the cause of confusion. So the ignorance is the cause of the confusion. The ignorance doesn't allow to see that. It's obscuration. Namdo Pacha Tuba Le, Numa Yishi Marikbe, Nyomo something Nasoji, Nuguju to Kroatum, Namdo Pacha Tubale, Namdo Pacha Tubale. He said, failing to recognize Rigba, Marikba, yes, failing to recognize the innate wisdom, see, failing to recognize the innate wisdom, have not realized the innate wisdom, your own mind, among the disarray of habitual conceptual thoughts. Because of this, among the disarray of habitual conceptual thoughts, all our thoughts, the habitual thoughts, number Pacha, see, Pacha is the habitual tendencies. Nyomo something not obvious among this array of the habitual conceptual thoughts. Our tangled mess of afflictive emotions continues to wander in samsara. And see, it's called nyomo, something not obvious, or tangled mess of afflictive emotions continues to wander in the samsara. So we're so habituated to samsaric patterns. So we just continue with that. Sometimes when you read Dharma, study, and you like it, oh, Dharma is so good. But then after some time, then you just give up. Because our habit is so strong. And we just embrace our habit. Bhakta, I hope I can practice Dharma sometime. And our habitual tendency is stronger. That kind of the habitual tendency is our habit is replace this is Dharma practice, yeah. Our nature of the mind as it is so precious. It's so good, but it's replaced by our habit. So first I need this. I like this. I cannot give up. No, we just keep on that. No. And then there's never end of suffering. Then you have to try to please the other, to try to please yourself. How I can please myself, to please the others. Just going back and forth. Sometimes it gives you so much pain, Oh, look at this back and forth, never ending. This is the habit of the samsara. So that's called the second one. What's the second one? I mentioned the Marikba, see, the wavering of fundamental non-knowing is the cause of confusion. If you know it, this doesn't mean you don't know it. Sometimes you know it, but the habit of the or self-grasping is so powerful. No, yeah, we have heard of the eight holy dharmas, eight holy concern of the dharma. No, no matter how much you receive about those teachings, still we run after this. You know, if you have realized, understood, it's just a cloud, they come and go, there's no essence. When somebody praises you, what do you get it? What do you get from that? If somebody's blame about you, what do you lose about this? But still, if somebody praises you, you feel so good, you know. If somebody blames about you, you feel so painful, you know. So you see, and just we wander into that. No. If you gain something, you feel so good. If you lose something, you feel so bad. Oh.
Shall we turn it off?
Why do you have it on?
Yeah, can you guys hear?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Let's turn it off.
So
then.
much more money.
Yeah.
Let's turn it off.
Fine, it's fine.
I had to have it on.
No, sometimes Rinpoche's voice is really quiet. That's right. If it gets sore, let us know, okay?
I think we're hearing fine.
Oh, it's in here. We got a lot of feedback.
Can you hear?
Yeah, it's us.
Okay, you turned it off?
Yeah.
It's off from here.
No, Boda.
Good stuff.
Which one?
I think we're
It's
good.
good. They're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, you can hear. Okay, so like this. It's so beautiful, you know. This,
Much more,
yeah,
much
this,
more beautiful.
yes. It's so direct, you know. But sometimes you don't want to listen to this. Because it touches our ego, you know. I don't like this so much. I want to hear some very pleasant, nice story, you know. Milareva stories are so good, you know. Yeah, we don't have much time now, you know. So these teachings are so precious, so important. We as a Dharma practitioners, we don't know when we will die, you know. And as the people that I have met in the 80s, most of them now gone. Even last for a few years, many are gone. You know? And many are so now they're old, they're handicapped. So you see,
So speaking of his dying, to go back a little bit, so an unqualified or an unexperienced practitioner at that last moment
yes,
falls asleep. It's like falling asleep. It goes dark.
they're dark.
But a practitioner who has practiced and has Sila Samadhi and Prajna,
Mm.
then what happens? Instead of going dark, their mind remains aware. Or
Go through the darkness.
through the darkness. there
You
is
go
no
through the
darkness. They
darkness,
go through the darkness,
but they never lost.
they never lose their.
They never lose this
His awareness.
the samadhi.
Samadhi resting in
The
awareness.
samadhi stay there, no.
And it's resting in.
The
awareness,
samadhi
resting in
is
Mom.
because of the powerful samadhi.
Yeah.
Because in the 3-year retreat practitioners, we have that kind of practice, you know. And then who has such a strong samadhi, go to sleep. But the sleep never disturbs that samadhi. Go to sleep, and you know you are going to sleep. You're aware you sleep, but your samadhi is there. So all go through. Your sleep is never, your sleep is, you go to sleep, all the step by step, you see, you see. When, especially those who are young people, now they feel sleepy, and you see, then see, when the earth element dissolves, you cannot sit still, you do like this, means the earth elements sleeping the same, when the earth elements is dissolving, you do like this, and then so when there's water element dissolves, you see from the mouth without control, slapa comes, you see, and then the body produces the heat, special heat, fire element dissolves. And then your breathing is a little unnormal, not normal. Breathing sometimes a little deeper, longer, So that time, your earth elements dissolving,
Yeah.
Then after this, you go to sleep. You don't know.
Right.
No. Then you're gone. So those time, some people, so fast when the earth element, water element, fire element dissolves, there's still some awareness, But then after 5 minutes of you sleep, And great meditators, they go to sleep and they have this all experience there, but the mind, the clarity of the mind never ceases to exist. It continues
So they're resting in the clear light.
in resting in that meditative state, in that meditative state. And then you go to that, sleep, then you're totally called very thick sleep. Nituk, deep sleep or thick sleep, deep sleep. Still that meditator has all the meditation power, can maintain that. See, that is through that one realizes the clear light. No?
Does that meditator dream?
Yes. Excuse me?
Do they dream?
Dream, not that deep sleep. You don't,
Nobody.
no dreams. When the dream comes, when there's thick sleep, deep sleep past, light sleep, there comes the dream.
Now,
The
and now the
dream.
meditator.
Yeah, so the
can
meditator
do
can,
the lucid. kind of.
yeah, lucid, because lucid, all these things,
That's the lucid dreaming.
Yeah, lucid dreaming. Then you have, you are so conscious anyway.
Right.
Your meditation is so powerful. Relax, Never disturbed by others. See. So this is how the Vajrayana is so powerful. That's what called Vajrayana practitioners. No other ordinary have this kind of method.
Right.
No. So for example, Milarepa was totally, which is called perfected on these practices. Killer light, dream yoga, all this,
Naruchudu.
Naruchudu, Then when Gampopa was with Milarepa, one time in the morning, Gampopa, at dawn, at midnight, he was practicing Dharma, supplicating to Milarepa, meditating, all this. Then in the dawn, in the dusk, yes, in dusk, midnight, then dawn in the morning, one time he called us dream. unusual kind of dream. There are 23 some types of different things that he dreamed. So what I have such a strange dream. This it's unusual. What is this? So, but then he said, my Lama Milarepa, he's enlightened. I must go to see him. So then Kabupa went to see Milarepa and explained all this. Milarepa said, yes, I got some kind of, this morning, some special impression you are going through. So Milarepa said, I know, he said, I know the dream, Milamyashi. I know how to change the dream. I know all these things. And your dream is something significant. It's okay here. This is what? This is tea.
Darjeeling.
Would you like your water?
It is very, how it is so dark tea.
Strong, huh?
Yeah, very, very dark. It's like a,
You get some hot water. for
your,
it.
you see, your coffee.
Wow.
You see, if this is,
I go drink, I'll dump this out
yes,
and then get some water.
yeah. So anyhow, then the Kambupa's dreams. Oh, so this is for your in your life in the future will come. Oh, this prediction. No, he said, "Milam yashi, milam yashi, milam yeton." I understand I know the dream. I know how to change the dream. I know how to, say, change the dreams. I know the dream as it is. All this, so I will explain details. So he explains so details. So if you read, I think it's the Milarepa's life story or Kambupa's life story there. So like this, anyway.
Filtered.
Thank you. Thank you.
Filtered water.
Oh, wonderful.
Unlike my mind, it is pure.
So anyhow, like this, the teachings is all the foundation. Our foundation is that's it. This is it. That's what's called adventitious obscurations. Temporary obscurations. In the Uttara Tantra mention also, you see, this space never burn by fire. Ordinary fire will never burn the space. And the fire like wild volcano fires never burn the space. And the fire of the hell realm, or this called the cosmetic fire. What does that mean? Which consumes whole
Cataclysmic.
Cosmic.
Universe.
whole universe burned by the fire, but never burned the space. So we are age, our Buddha nature never age. We get sick, Buddha nature never gets sick. Finally, we die, Buddha nature never die. So as I mentioned, going through this, I mentioned especially the three experience: white appearance, red increasing, darkness near attainment. Oh, we go through all this, but the nature is always there. That's why it's called, sometimes called permanent. Not permanent of something like this kind of thing, but that nature as it is. never changes. So in our practice of Mahamudra is to realize that. So none of our mental afflictions can affect that. Then we can expect we're free from suffering or free from the confusion. No. That's why Dharma practice is indispensable. That's why I say, the 6 years Naropa, so precious, those practitioners. Mahamudra is called Tablam. It's called the Mahamudra is called liberation path, means liberate from the ignorance, delusions. And the 6 years Naropa is called Tablam, the method path, as a method to realize the Mahamudra. So through the Tumu practice, Tumu is first very important, most important. But of all those practices, very important to have the 4 foundations, first of all. The reflection of the impermanence, suffering of samsara, the causality, and precious human life. So these first foundations this is important for all Buddhists, Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, for all. It's called common Loto Namshe. Then after seeing these 4, turning the mind, sometimes we call foundation. And Lord Jagdisambhu says this is called sometimes we call prerequisite. Prerequisites are more important than actual practice. Because this will give us such an opportunity, seeing the samsara as there's nothing substantial essence. It's just state of suffering, delusion. So without really good renunciation of the samsara, all the higher practices, just nothing, just name. Sometimes you Tumu practice, you do something so just to play, what it looks like that. Then on that, above that, refuge. Take the refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. It's the gateway for enlightenment, opening the gateway for the enlightenment, refuge. First most important, and this is third most important, and last most important. Because first you take refuge, Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then second, you practice Buddha Dhamma Sangha. All the deity yogas of Buddha, Sabhokai Buddha, you practice those. See. And last most important, you become Buddha. So refuge is first, very important. Then to accomplish this, then loving, say, after understanding of the karma result of this, loving kindness, compassion, making the ground, your mind, to benefit all sentient beings. Your practice is not just for individual liberation, but you take the responsibility to help others. So loving kindness, compassion. So loving kindness, you see, wishing all to have peace and happiness. There's some people really feel that what I can do to make life better for others. And compassion, looking at others, how to free others from suffering. So now you look at what is the final perfection of the peace and happiness? It's the Buddhahood. What's the final perfection of the free from some suffering. So Buddhahood. So now bodhicitta. So bodhicitta becomes the foundation for the enlightenment. See, there you cultivate bodhicitta. After cultivating bodhicitta, you see, you practice the 6 parameters step by step. See, there you see everything is illusory nature, everything is manifestations, all these things. When you are well trained on this, then Vajrayana, you receive the empowerment. So you replace this ordinary body by the enlightened body. You see yourself as the deity, enlightened body, and you practice the generation stage, completion stage. Oh, this Mahamudra. There you see, you understand the Mahamudra practice. Oh, how to take care of the mental afflictions, all this. There's so many stages you have to go through. And then after that, you see how to do this effectively. Then 6 hours Naropa is taught. So that gives us a complete form of Buddha's teaching. One individual to achieve Buddhahood, even one lifetime. That's why the Vajrayana is highly appreciated. Oh. Anyone enlightened here? Yeah. That's why Dharma practice is so precious, cannot be replaced by any other means. So we need such a great teacher, first of all. Great teacher. Because, Milarepa, he went through all this hardship and due to his black magic, all this. So then he was desperate now to practice Dharma. And there's some Nyingma teachers recommended Milarepa as such a very good Dzogchen master in western part of Tibet. So this teacher is such a great Dzogchen practitioner. So he went there, so he explained how desperate he is. So I need Dzogchen teaching. And then the teacher said, oh, you are in the right place. My Dzogchen teaching, he explained, if you are really fortunate enough, if you don't need meditate, within a week you will be liberated. So Milarepa was so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm in the right place now. This is it, So he received the teachings and he stayed there. And then after a week, the teacher came, what's your experience? Milarepa said, no, I don't have any experience. Oh boy, he said, maybe I have a loud, very loud voice. Maybe. So I think you should go to Marpa. Said, Marpa was a disciple of Naropa, Metipa. And he received all those teachings. You must go to see him better. I think he can help you. Looks like not me, So I really respect that teacher. He acknowledged, He acknowledged and he gave such a wonderful direction, And as soon as when Milarepa heard of Marba, he's just totally just become speechless. Milarepa. Oh, just hair stood from his body. I must go to see him, you know. And then he just went to see Marba day and night. So then Marba met Milarepa, you know. See, we need such kind of those teachers who have sincerity to the practitioners to help others, you know. Dharma practice is to help others, to free from samsara, to achieve enlightenment, you know. So anyhow, okay, how we are doing? We're 3:30, okay. So we have finished this relation to this, then there's some explanations of the disadvantage of the mental afflictions. Okay. Here said, Buddha said, Nagarjuna and Jigten Sungun all talked. It's the body that cycles through samsara. Our propensity of karmas, afflictions, and suffering cycles through samsara in dependence upon a body. This has very profound meaning. Usually, of course, we all say, which wonder samsara is the mind, you know? It is mind, it's the wonder samsara through the delusion. Now, here is what it's saying is samsara is a state of suffering, you know, in the hell realm, Holy Ghost, animals, in the human realms, in the God realms. It's the body reborn to those places. So first, as I mentioned, the mental afflictions rise from the emptiness, and without realizing through that afflictions, adventitious obscurations, and then that creates the karma, the five skandha. And then the five skandha is created by these mental afflictions, the karma, and then we suffer from this. You know, we are born in the samsara. It's the body. Body is the born in samsara. You know. Then with this body, we age. We get older. It's the body who get older. Then we get sick. It's because the body we get sick. Finally, we die. It's the body. Mind just continues. You know. Look at this. It's not saying body independently is one and samsara. Without the mind, mental afflictions, there cannot be body. The body, the mind together, but it's the body is one and samsara. We need a house because the body. We need a car because the body. We need a television, it's because the body. We need a smartphone because the body. We need a food to eat, it's because the body. Oh, then you see when you get sick, then you need all the support of the body. Someone is born in the hell realm, it's the body who's born in the hell realm. And as well, hungry cause. We're so hungry, because the body. Oh, so that's why look at this. Everybody is suffering so much from the body. Just look at, you know, meditate, oh. people in the world, see, those in the poor country, look at their physically, how much they have to work hard. And then we go to war, fighting because the body, and then we are killed, persecuted. The body is put in the prison. Oh, just with the mind and the body, how much we suffer. And those who are rich and also suffering from the body, how to keep young unsuccessfully. These are very precious teachings, look. That's what we need to transform into the daily yoga practice. Realize about this. Excuse me?
Do you need a body to attain enlightenment?
Yes, then now we need the body for the enlightenment. So that's why you see in the Samsara how much we suffer from the body. But at the same time, if we have a wisdom, then the body is the foundation for the enlightenment. Because the body, we meet such a precious teacher, received precious teachings, and you meditate, you transform. And this is, as mentioned, this, the Tumu practice, we need the body. This human life, the human body is the best for those chakra channel practice. And in dream yogas, killer light, we need the body. Power, we need the body to practice this. Yes.
So it can be a blessing and a curse.
Yes. So we just see this, Okay. Then what is said here? 여자시다 띠모다 나게 타도 라소보 뇨모 빠도 매바다 디다 시버 둡지대. So he said, next, the countless types of mental afflictions, desire, attachment, aversion, hatred, and ignorance, pride, jealousy, and all the rest are the creator of our samsaric existence. So the mental affliction create all the samsaric existence. Yes, the so now it is some of their negative works, disadvantage is suffering and unhappiness, restlessness, and murdered thoughts, making untoward both this life and next life. So in the Samsara, all the unhappiness comes from the mental afflictions. From this, as mentioned, the 3 portions or 5 portions. Unclear mind, restlessness, and then the afflictions create the suffering of becoming, birth, and the rest of us. You see, some of their negative works is suffering and unhappiness, restlessness, murder thoughts, making untold both this life and next life. Sibe 동해 쭉 얘기 냠도 탈배 객. 동해 이미 되어디에서 라세 마시 몽버주스. And it's called making untoward and mind, unruly mind is all from the afflictive emotions. Ibi dewato. Ase mashi, se mombarchiba. Then, muted mind, unclear mind. It's all due to the afflictive emotions. Towards this life and next life. Ita siba tupjitis, nimin kajitete. Nase mashi mombarchi, desi niga marunchis. Then next is keso sibe tungi tup, teke nyamdan tabe kek, chumpatane ngawar che, dejo chusu ngendru tis. They said the afflictions create this suffering of becoming, sibe tungi, becoming and birth, and the rest, 12 interdependence. Then it corrupts our happiness and virtue, obstruct our liberations, our liberation to free from samsara. The main obstructor is these mental afflictions, the 3 poisons or the 5 poisons. Discourage and exhaust us, cause us to squander our leisure and endowments, and leads us to the lower realms. It just waste our leisure, the 8 leisure and 10 endowments, the 18 precious human bodies is squandered by these mental afflictions. Then it throw us in the lower realms. So the afflictions wake up and stabilize these mental afflictions, just wakes up our mind in the mental afflictions. And then that stabilizes mind in this confusion. And the dominant propensity for grasping as real ignorance, and pervade our observations and reinforce each other. They support each other. And so continue without interruption. They support each other. You see, just for example, the anger and attachment, they're two separate, isn't it? They are very contradictory. Without, firstly, when we meet a person, the anger get rid of the person away, and the attachment brings the person towards you. But in reality, you see, without attachment, there's no anger. This small booklet, it is so nicely designed and so easy to carry. I like this so much. I read this often and gives me such a great opportunity to put in your pocket, And then somebody comes, this book is so good, And can you share me this, And I said, no, this I need. Since I have the strong attachment to this, The other person insists, really, this booklet is so good, can I really have it? And so I don't want to share this to you. and the person strongly, just forcefully takes away from me, then I start fighting. Because if I don't have attachment, I will not fight. I will have no anger, because I have a strong attachment to this. When somebody takes it away, then there comes the anger, resentment. So you see, so they help each other so much. So in the world, you see all this fighting, quarreling, all first there's attachment. And when that attachment is not fulfilled, that start fighting, you see. And that's based on ignorance, ego, ego, ignorance. So they work closely each other so well. They are called three cronies,
He's my cousin. Forget about it. Three cronies over there. Forget about it. Can also just sing it a bit.
Bulgaria, three
cronies.
cronies. I don't know in Tibetan, Basically, who do I? Where? So they are working in our heart. They are working so together, So then they make us miserable, Yeah, personally they're meeting, they're talking each other, and then makes us miserable, Maybe we should make a good story about this, So 3 cronies or 5 cronies, Okay.
That would make a good comic book for children, Khenchen La.
Yes, to children, maybe adults also.
Well, sure. Some of the adults in our government need it badly right now.
Yes. Yes. So if there are some smart people who are very creative, they can make this story.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Timothy is a Balanyada, temperature, okay. Sushi Pinto Yambeku, Chibutambe Mebe Ne, the son you more told the Yapapato, Meba, Tar, never nuns. So I read here the afflictions cause propensity decline, or prosperities decline in both existence and peace, and are object of criticism for sublime beings. You see, the sublime beings, those who are highly established great masters, who embodies the bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion. When these individual great masters, when they see in the community the people, those who are fully occupied these mental afflictions, and they dismay, they are not happy. So this individual is creating such a chaos, suffering in the public, for the individual themselves. These are the mental afflictions are the only cause of suffering in the world, in the samsara. But we never see this as a suffering. You know? We try to blame each other without knowing this mental affliction. That's why I think these teachings, those who study, those who understand this, has a real great opportunity to share with others. Because people don't know about these things. They say this person is this, that person has such, he or she has such great anger, or very agitated, very this. They say that, but then we are not really inspired how to reduce them. We have no any real good teachings how to purify them. Now we have, in a Buddhist teaching, we have this, see, how to reduce them, how to purify them. This is not a Buddhist. Buddhist, it is of Buddhist teaching, but it's not a Buddhism. It's the method. We have to have such a great wisdom to see the cause of the problem in the society. What makes all the society chaos, corruption of this, because of this mental afflictions. Now, how to purify them is something like unprecedented. There's no way to how to purify them. You have to take care of yourself, See, in the Buddha's teaching now, there's so much teachings, details about these things. How to purify. First, you acknowledge, understand the wisdom, that the wisdom can aware these things. The problem of this. We need such kind of wisdom. Then acknowledge this. I have kind of shortcoming of this, and then how to take care of them. Meditate, understand. So many methods, you see, like the Bodhisattva Avatara, Shantidev's text. So precious on this. Really, we need this in this world, teachings, We need this, how to share with others, to make a world a little better. See? This is not something like, is your interest or not interest, This is something we require, we need in the world. But we need a skill how to explain these things. Like my English language is not enough. I need a better English, more precise words to express these things. Then you can communicate with others, you see. Share with others. And show to the public, to all the public need this. Then
How to hold it
because
too, because it seems like beings have to be ripe. And how do you ripen? You can't force an apple to ripen. You can't force a banana to ripen. You have to allow it to ripen. And, we're born into samsara, and because the bhakti are so strong, they prevent this, they slow down or they whatever, this ripening. And it seems like even though we have many friends and some of us even have a tiny understanding of the Dharma, they don't always hear.
Yeah.
And yes, unless they're right,
Mhm.
in a sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Your English is fine,
My English is okay.
Yes.
but it's this ripening that gets me.
Yes, the subtleties.
Khenchen,
Yes.
um, Linda sent the text to me. I know I'm not very good at teaching people,
Mhm.
but I've been sending your aspiration prayer to people
Mhm.
so that the aspiration of overcoming the poisons, and it really hit me when I read it. So that has been my one way of trying to spread into the world, because you're right, people don't understand that these things that are being, like vengeance, talked about a lot, that's a poison. And for me, when I understood, because I used to get high on it being angry, but when I understood that anger was a poison, it's been something I've been working on ever since, you know. So I just wanted to say that.
I think we all admire your dedication and your sincere, you are working hard and you appreciate the wisdom and then you appreciate your practice. She's Amanda since 80s,
84.
84, you see, continuously, dedicated to practicing Dharma, well, failing here, there, but continuously, So I appreciate that so much, because it takes time. The mind to cut the rope of the propensity habit. It's just like a rubber band, just no matter how much you pull, it comes back, So that's
Khenchen,
yes.
yeah, I'd like to share, if I may, something that fortuitously I ran across last night, which is a quote from Chandrakirti. And it ties in with what we're talking about resentments and things. And what Chandrakirti said is, it is foolish and ignorant to retaliate to an enemy's attack with spite in hope of ending it, as the retaliation itself only brings more suffering. And I thought that was so incredible that I copied it down, and it's very, very apt for our time.
Yes. Yes, yes. All those quotations are, what you say, such a precious, irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
Yeah, no?
It feels like too, there has to be some level of people wanting to take responsibility
Yeah.
for themselves.
We don't
And
take,
that-
we don't take the responsibility. We don't make effort. You just, then you complain, Oh, I don't like this, then you just, And if we take some responsibility, and then you see how much benefit is there, and if you don't make effort, how much it does the damage, then you see you will make effort. We can change, really. Because first of all, they are impermanent, can change. Secondly, their nature is emptiness. See, they're illusory nature. Only it's a habit. So we just need to make effort and respect yourself. There's no one who does not like oneself, but there's no one who can destroy like yourself.
Own worst enemy.
Yes, you are your own worst enemy, and you are your own best friend. Yes, and you are your own witness. You see. So then, the last verse said, because the afflictions have no sickness and death, you see, samsara will be without beginning or end until current shamatha vipassana cut them off at the root. You see, this is the solution now. These mental afflictions, as I mentioned, we physically age, get sick, finally die, but they never age, you know. And we get sick, they never get sick. Sometimes when you're sick, you're more aggressive, you know. They become stronger, you know. And then after die, we go reborn with that. Life after life, life after life. So how you can be free from samsara? Sometimes some people say, oh, say prayers, reborn, prayers. If that answers, I think all the Buddhas has said prayers. Countless Buddhas appeared and they said the prayers, you know. We're still here, you know. So we have to wake up, make ourselves connection. In the Shadi, there was text mentioned, you know. Buddha appeared in this world countlessly, or countless Buddha appeared, who is always thinking for others' benefit. But we haven't met the Buddha because of our fortune. We didn't have enough fortune to see the Buddha. Since Pembra Zabayi, Gabat Sanja Tangme Chunjujas, Tanarangi Nyebet, DJ Majudos, no. We haven't have enough fortune to see the Buddhas. So it's our fault. So this is exactly the story you have heard of Asanga seeing Maitreya. You know, Asanga went to retreat to practice Maitreya, to see. You know, so first 3-year retreat, second 3-year retreat, third 3-year retreat, fourth 3-year retreat for 12 years. You know, 3, 4, 12 years. And haven't seen Buddha, Maitreya. Then Asanga was totally, now say, what you call, become hopeless. Now I have no chance to see Maitreya. No. Then he is on the way to a small village. There was a dog. The whole top of the body is wounds and full of maggots rolling in the body. Still barking, looking at the Asanga. And there, Asanga got such a great compassion, looking at the dog. See, the dog is suffering so much. in reality, no, the dog just has to just collapse on the ground. But the anger doesn't allow to sit still, barking at him helplessly. So all the sensual in the samsara is like this. Everyone is suffering so much, but still they are aggressive each other, fighting each other, you know. They don't realize how much they're suffering. No. So his compassion just built up and tears built in his eyes. Now, how I can help? Now, this is the time that I have to help this dog. So then he is looking for a solution. So to help the dog, he can take away all the maggots. Then all the maggots are also sentient beings. They will die if I take this out. They have no food to eat. Now what should I do? So because of his compassion so powerful, there's no fear and doubt to exchange himself in the dog. So he cut flesh from his body because he has no fear. Oh, and he was very happy to do this. So he cut piece of flesh from his body, put it on the ground. And the wounds in the dog is so awful. Cannot bear to see, look at it. So he closed his eyes and then took the maggots from the dog. And he was reaching to the ground. And his finger touched the ground. And so where's the dog? You know? He opened his eyes and there was no dog. There's a Maitreya in front of him. And because he was working for 12 years, you know, he was so desperate. And so Aksanga was so emotional. You know, he cried, looking at the Maitreya. Where's your compassion? You know how much I suffered to see you. You know? And Maitreya said, yes, I was first day when you went to the cave. You didn't see me. And this the witness. So then Maitreya showed all this, you know, during his 12 years. And Maitreya said, finally, oh. Now Asanga said, still if you don't believe me, you take me on your shoulder, go to the village, tell all the village people, so Maitreya is on my shoulder, everybody should come to see Maitreya. So then Asanga thought that's a good idea. So he took Maitreya on the village and he shouted, all the village people, so please come everybody to see Maitreya is on my shoulder, you know, here, you know, look at here, you know. And all the village people didn't see anything. Only an old woman saw a dead dog is on his shoulder. No. And then all the village people said, he went to Asanga, this is the Asanga who went to that cave in the Maitreya, you know, meditation for 12 years. Now he got nothing, but now he become crazy. So then Maitreya said, now you see, this is the witness. So even Asanga, you know, who is so highly accomplished, has to go through all this training, you know. So we all better wake up. And practice this bodhicitta. These days, I think bodhicitta, which will come later, but bodhicitta is, I think, is the most easy, most effective, and the best way to train the mind.
Khenchen, I'd like
Yeah.
to add one little quick thing, and this is something you and I have talked about together in the past.
Okay.
That is that sometimes these prayers and supplications that we do are written in such a way that it gives the idea that if you just supplicate enough Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, everything will turn out wonderful. And it doesn't allow for the fact that indeed we have to do most of the work ourselves. The Buddha can't solve the problem, but he showed us how to solve our own problem.
That's right.
And by the way, I should mention that that's true with all the authentic religions. The prayers are written that way, and in that way, they're frankly a little bit deceiving.
Sometimes they say this prayer, this dark age, say this prayer is very effective, Yeah, it is. Sometimes it is confusing. Such deity is so good in this dark age, Looks like other deities have no power. Oh, wonderful. So today we live here. If you have any questions,
Okay, can you talk about the 3 moments of contact and how to work with those? And see deeper
deceivers,
about the afflictions.
see deepers. How to see deeper?
The moment we have contact, and then the second moment is there's like, dislike, don't care, and then off the third is consciousness, and we proliferate things.
It's going away.
No, it makes it worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the worst one.
No. So how do we keep it at is the practice keeping at the first 2? Where we notice like, dislike, don't care, and then just rest the mind right there. Just
Yeah, you see, you have to notice that, and then you notice it, then don't give opportunity to come back, You notice and says, oh, it's coming, don't come near. So you feel like that you notice and let them come, let them occupy your mind. Then you see what they're doing. That's not so good way, I think. You have to, right from beginning, just notice that and don't come closer. You have a lot of teachers who taught you that way, so that you should ask that teacher. Okay, yeah. I advise, notice and don't let come. Don't open the door.
I couldn't hear what the third stage of that is that Sister Somo was talking about. I couldn't hear on the from our side. Can
Yes.
you
So-
explain?
So consciousness starts blah, 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 storytelling about what we don't like or what we like. Or indifferent. So we proliferate things, make it worse.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, how much proliferation do you allow in meditation? Not much, not at all, right? I mean, when the thought comes, I have a question about that. In meditation, sometimes it experiences as thought arising almost as energy coming upward. Then I think, well, anyway, then at that point you can just stop the proliferation. But I'm not sure when to stop it, like how soon to stop it.
As soon as possible.
Okay. Okay. Before it forms, hardly. Before it forms.
Yes, it's just momentarily manifesting. I momentarily take care of that.
Okay.
Claire's got a
There
question.
you can relax.
Sometimes then I get a little hung up because then of this experience of arisingness of thought before even before conceptuality, there's
Yes.
this arising feeling. Then I think, oh no, there's no really I get a little hung up at that point. Like,
Yeah.
is it arising? It's not really arising, or I don't know. I get a little hung up there.
Yeah, sometimes you're a little distracted.
Well, by the arising, yeah, by the arising is distracted.
Yes,
Should I just not worry about it and just stop the conceptual and not worry about the arising?
just look at it. It's so my bad habits are manifesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Claire has a question.
Yes.
Hi, you mentioned 7 topics of confusion, and I think that you just mentioned 2 of them. 7 topics of confusion.
Confusion, yes.
Yes, you mentioned that there were 7 topics.
7 topic.
Yeah, but we only talk about 2 or 3, I think.
7 topic, I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, not finished. That's still there. Still there more.
Ah, okay.
Yes, we just finished. I think we just finished 2.
Yes,
The 2. So it's still there 5.
okay.
Yes. Here, third is said. The third one is said here. What's the Tibet Junior Thomas met? The time frame of the beginning has no beginning. So it start from there next. Okay.
Okay.
Or from the beginningless time, this come. You see, sometimes people ask when this all began. When they want to get a good answer. How long ago it began. So it's saying there's no beginning. So look at this. We have been suffering in the samsara from beginningless time up until now.
Okay.
Boy, I went through a lot. Still, I'm not awake.
But according to the example of Asanga, the main thing that we have to do is to be compassionate.
Yes,
Because
practice.
when he got the compassion, he saw Maitreya.
Yes,
So I
yes.
think it's very, very important to.
Yeah, this is the loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, these three
Okay.
are very important. All are important, the three.
Okay.
So compassion is one of them, you know. And if you practice bodhicitta, it's such a marvelous, you know, it just opens your heart. So it's such a great purification.
Perfect.
Okay, everybody's good?
Good.
Now we just, what we went through, please reflect on this until next time, okay?
Okay.
Refresh and put Dharma practice into your into mind, all the try to reduce all the mental afflictions. We all have, you know, we all have, including me, you know. So we try to purify them as much as possible. More we purify, happier will be our life, you know, and we inspire that. Then, as we discussed it, look at all in the world, there's people are suffering so much, you know, the war, different types of sickness, no food, all those you look at there, and people of such great loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, these things. And then that gives us how to renounce the samsara and how to help others. It's so precious. And always appreciate your precious human life. We have the precious life. Because of this, we have all this opportunity to study, practice this precious Dharma. Okay, now shall we say some dedication prayers?
Yes.
Yeah, first, relax your mind and take a deep breath. And breathe in and then breathe out all our stress. Once more, please breathe in fully and breathe out. And then just reflect this during this session, all the discussions we went through, you know, what I have read, and we made the discussions, questions and answers. Reflect on this, and you should appreciate yourself. So I'm so fortunate to got this opportunity, Dharma teachings, the wisdom of the Buddha. You know, not just on the surface, but on the depth. In the depth of this, oh, samsara is so deep. So to uncover all this depth of the suffering and cause of suffering, it requires a lot of wisdom and meditation practice. And Dharma is not just only for Buddhists, but Dharma is for all the sentient beings who has this kind of mental afflictions. Because of this mental affliction, suffering pervades entire world. And we reflect on this, open your heart, So then I will practice Dharma in my whole life. So I'm so fortunate. And if you have the text, the long dedication prayers by Jigte Sumgun. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, rooted lineage, lamas, divine assemblies of Idams, assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, yoginis, and dakini, dwelling in the 10 directions. Please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself in all sentient beings in Samsara and Nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of the samsara or rebirth as the Sharavaka and the Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstacles who harm, misleading maras, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. By the power of this verse, root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May the attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this not rise even for a moment. May my strength be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinite of space. And may I gain supreme attainment of Mahamut in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused with wrong views. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and pervading clarity of Dharma Tham. May I, in any case, gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the Pardo. By the virtues collected the 3 times by myself, all beings in Samsara and Nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I, in all sentient beings, quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment.
You are richly endowed with the glorious wealth of Dharma knowledge, who through reflecting and meditating have actualized the self-aware absolute reality, shine in 100,000 light rays of ethical discipline in the Dharma. May you Khenchen Rinpoché.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Khenchen La.
Thank you, Kenshin.
As always, Khenchen La, magnificent teaching.
Bye
Thank
bye. Hasta luego.
Mm.
Adiós.
Next Saturday.
Tension.
Yes, next Saturday.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, Rinpoche. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kenshin. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.